Hello, welcome in everyone. It is New Music Friday. We're back. It is Friday, the 4th of April. We're here to listen to the new Black Country New Road album, Forever Howlong. This one I've been really looking forward to because the last two albums from this band I have really enjoyed. But that being said, we do have a new vocalist, or vocalists, after the departure of Isaac. I can't remember the name of the current vocalist, I apologize, but she has sounded fantastic from what I've heard. We have had 3 singles leading up to this album, of which I was kind of mixed on. Besties was great, but the other 2 I have not really returned to since listening. You can see my reactions on the channel, but yeah, hopefully they will sound better, or I'll enjoy them more in the context of the album, but we will see. Otherwise, I've kept myself completely oblivious to how this album is doing. I haven't looked at Album of the Year to see what the rating is or anything like that. So I don't know what people think of this thing. I don't know what the fans think. I don't know what the general audience think. So I'm going in without bias there. I do apologize for the lighting today. It's kind of ass, I know. But I have to make do with what I got. I will also be editing photos off to the side, so that's what I'll be doing if you see me looking over here. Anyway, let's have a look at this album. This album is 11 songs and 52 minutes long, so it's quite a lengthy album, so I'm going to try not to yap for too long, but as we have done this whole time, I'm going to listen to a song. I'm going to pause it, I'm going to give my thoughts after every song on the song that I just listened to, and then at the end of the album, I will do a conclusion on what I thought of the album and rate it and all of that jazz. You know the drill. So let's get into Forever Howlong. Although firstly, I do want to emphasize, I'm not a serious music reviewer or critique or anything like that. I'm just a typical general listener, just giving my reaction to this album as a fan. So just keep that in mind. So please be nice in the comments, all that kind of thing. Anyway, let's go. Forever Howlong, starting with Besties. Very strong start to the album.
Best friend waving at me. I wanna be living with you, seeing it through. Do you wanna play forever? How long can I play a song I made? Yeah, it's a song. I'm gonna read something that's good, but I listen to you. I'm not asking much, just enough. Fill my cup, get me up. You make me laugh, babe. Yeah, I know what's expected of me. Besties night and day. Remember when I said he shouldn't treat you that way? And are you sure? I know I want something more. About you, in fact, don't answer that. Wouldn't want it any other way, 'cause this feels bestie girl, take it back now. What you feel is the hole in your life.
Such sweet vibes.
And she's probably right. She's probably right. You make me cry.
pretty close to the song. Okay, Bestie's very powerful opener indeed, easily the strongest single. Just great vibes, and the instrumentation, how powerful it gets in the chorus, the vocals. I just love everything, pretty much everything about it. It sounds great. Production-wise, the mixing, I really can't complain about that song. It's basically all I could ask for from a Black Country New Road song. Without Isaac on vocals. Because don't get me wrong, Isaac was a really heavy driving point for the previous two albums because his vocals and his delivery was so infatuating. It was great, really, really great vocalist. But that being said, the now current vocalist or vocalists, again, I'm not too sure who it is or how many there are, but she sounds great. She has a really pleasant vocal singing style and voice, which really suits this kind of sound. Obviously, they have kind of taken a new direction in their sound from their previous two albums. Not really significantly, but it's noticeable. But yeah, you can watch my reaction to that song. I think maybe I didn't upload the reaction to that one, but I really enjoy it. Hopefully that's come across by now. I forgot to mention, I am going to watch this band live next week. In exactly a week, I'm going to watch them perform this album. They're doing a little kind of UK tour post-album release to play the albums in full. And I wanted to go ahead and go along to it because I really like the band and I had high expectations. So, I'm keeping that in mind. I'm listening to these songs, every single one of them I'm going to be hearing live next week. It's going to be a totally different experience and probably change the way that I hear and view each song, but I'm not going to worry about it too much for now. Just going to keep that in the back of my mind, and I guess maybe it's relevant. I just thought that I would bring that up because, it is relevant. Let's keep going with the big spin. Very cheerful.
We chopped off your arms, chopped off your beautiful purple hair, but we had to make room for the living. Ooh.
Really like the vocals on this one.
The purple thread linking my head to the We won't worry, it will grow.
Okay, the big spin. You know, I kind of was starting to get a lot of almost Disney vibes from that song. A lot more like, I guess, what am I trying to say? Soothing. It was very like the kind of theatrical, just kind of pleasant song. I don't know how to describe it, but hopefully you kind of get what I'm talking about. But yeah, no, that was a really sweet song. I'm gonna add that one. It reminded me from that song in Ratatouille. You'll probably know which one I mean, with the female vocalist. I'm kind of just waffling, but that's what it reminded me of. Just a really pretty sound. Yeah, I don't think I have too much to say on that one so far, but I enjoyed it for what it was. It was quite a short song, probably the shortest song. Yeah, so it went by quick, but it was a very nice follow-up to Besties, which was a lot more chaotic. Not chaotic, but there was a lot more happening. So this kind of toned it down a bit, and now we're going on to Socks.
I thought it once, I thought it well, and maybe even time could tell that all I know and all I've known could fit into a little tiny box.
Great vocalist.
And all the world would laugh and lose their socks.
I love the delivery. Build up. Love the piano. Love the jazz. There's the iconic Black Country New Road jazz. I can't make out what that instrument is. I should know, but I'm not up to date on my my brass.
How many things can one read till they feel they're not afraid of it all? How many cases of words am I being upset, doing fine? I'm having a whale of a time. But if the world could consume all the things that you knew, we'd be living the life a contender for wife. We'd be having a laugh. Wish I could make them laugh. In joke there comes the truth. I am not blinded by my youth. The 5 years had their time, but you sit in a lane much like mine. For when all is said and done, what's left is far beyond the problems that are listed. It may be easy, just believe me that our life holds a light no life has held before.
It's such a precious sound. Okay. Until the drums kick in. God. Composure.
Maybe I speak in a way that makes it seem like I was born yesterday, but I'm not afraid of it all. There'll be another who's seen every color but it's all in the shade. always has the power to say what the ties we share. It's far greater than rare, oh yeah. In dark there comes the light, and we must try with all our might to keep this thing alive. We've got that house by the bay. There's no place that I'd rather stay. I'll stay there right till the day.
So tender.
You shall.
This is the main thing I love about this new sound. It's just how tender it is. It's gorgeous.
Things must pass.
Like these vocals and piano.
They pass from one to another and another. I will love no other, no. I know now that, yeah, that life is good, and I'll feel understood. Do you? If you don't, let me know. And now here comes the chorus. For when all is said and done, what's left is far beyond the problems that are listed. It may be easy, just baby, believe me that if time was on my side, I would ask him to return to a moment which holds for us a great concern. Which moment to pick, which time to select? There are so many chances steeped in regret. No matter which one you choose, baby, you're always gonna lose. Well, that's what the demons say. I never liked those guys anyway.
Really nice. Again, I don't know how well you could hear me while I was talking during that song, but yeah, it's just so tender. That's what I love about this new direction, is they've taken it a much more kind of soft and really sweet approach that is just hitting in all the right ways emotionally and just like sonically. It just sounds fantastic. The composition of all of the kind of jazz and piano and the strings, the way it's all aligned, it sounds fantastic. It's really, really well composed. And the vocals are so good. I cannot get enough of these vocals. They are so elegant and so confident and just beautiful. They're beautiful, gorgeous vocals. I will try not to emphasize the vocals from this point onwards. But yeah, the delivery as well. The delivery is really good. So it kind of sounds, I mean, it's definitely about relationships, you know. I'm not too confident on whether that was about a loving, caring relationship or an unsuccessful relationship or a negative, harmful relationship, that kind of thing. I'm not really in tune with the lyrics as much right now. But that being said, I am currently really, really enjoying just the flavor of this album. It is just so gorgeous and the perfect wind down that I needed today. I've had a very chaotic week and it's going to continue to be so. So this album came at a great time. Let's keep going. Salem Sisters.
Silent days of balance, laughter from below as the conversations flow.
Okay.
And the path that I traced for to reach my final place. As strangers meet, I believe in the tree, the fire beneath,
Backing vocals.
bites at me. Quail thighs grilled on both sides. There's a young man holding tongs as the party sings along to the song that I wrote of a pharaoh on a boat.
Kind of menacing.
But between the house lie whispers, they hum like faint transistors and conspire to light the cinders. Burn a tree for all to witness, curtains for a Salem sister. I believe.
Nice lyrics.
Oh
my god. How much talent can be in one band?
Creeps up to me.
It's 6. Oh wow.
Bend and breathe, and it's plain to see. Oh yeah, that's what summer's for.
Not a single miss to be found on this album so far. Wow. I mean, this is just putting me in such a good mood because it's just so uplifting. It's such a pleasant experience so far. I mean, all the instruments and the vocals are all harmonizing in such a really pretty way. So of course it's uplifting. Of course it's putting me in a good mood. How can it not? And yeah, no, it's just so soft and like meticulous and really thoughtful how they've put this together. I wouldn't say that it's anything spectacular, blowing me away or any of the sort, but what they're doing, what they're attempting to do is very much succeeding. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Get on my playlists. Yeah, I mean, this is just such a comforting album as well. I really don't have much to critique at the moment, which is great because that is exactly what I was hoping for, and they're really delivering at the moment. Again, I will point out that I'm not really taking in the lyrics on first listen. It's mostly just the sound. I will come back to the lyrics and really like take them in, first of all, when they're actually on Spotify, so I can actually listen along with it on a typical general basis. But yeah, so going into this, I don't know what the kind of themes are, what the kind of mood with the lyrics are. It sounds really pleasant. Maybe it's not in terms of the lyrics, but for now, I'm going to be blissfully unaware of that, and I'm just going to take in just the absolute gorgeous atmosphere. The vibes are immaculate. Let's keep it going. 2 Horses.
I'm a scratching in the mist.
Very
for
delicate
what I know
guitar.
exists for me out there.
Oh, the whistling? Okay, it's kind of country now. One could say black country. Shut up.
Solitary awaits me.
Folk could be a better word.
I know she will. She was there before the rain, before these dunes, before they made the pyramids. Oh, waited so long. Have I finally found the road to lead on? The moon was low and the road dusty. When I was captured by some thieves, my pockets empty, I said, you'll have to kill me to cut this jewel out of me. They let me go.
Love the way they're kind of crescendoing the strings with the vocals.
Stopped at the next bar for a neat drink. Across from where I sat, a man gazed at me. He
Salamander.
looked just like James Dean on the silver screen. Our eyes did meet, and he winked at me. Is this the one? Have I finally found a man to lean on? Will you help me? And my horse is on my way through night and day.
Okay, where's this going?
Home, I can see my destination on the line. And if the stars are aligned, not gonna be next time. I'll trick him as he's sleeping. Can never trust a man who's drinking whiskey at the bar alone. But his arms around your waist and your hair is blowing in the wind, and it felt
Okay.
alright.
Whoa! It's different. Got my attention big time. Wow. This is so provocative.
And I'm not singing mighty carefully. He took it off and his boot and silently I learned the truth. He was a liar.
There's so much love put into this.
And through the embers, I watched him kill my horses.
Oh my god, it's so catchy. Wow. goodness.
Take me
That was a journey.
down to the waterfall. Won't come back at all. Just let me fall.
Wow. That was completely different. That was really fresh and exciting. That was crazy. When it built up like that, it started crescendoing into that kind of noisiness. That was fantastic. That could not have been executed better. I was kind of doubting it at first because I was thinking, there's not a whole lot to really engage me right now. But as the song progressed, and the way it did so efficiently, and you could really hear in every instrument and the vocals the love that is going into this. Everyone sounds so engaged and attracted to the music they're making, and it shows because it just sounds so passionate. It's just so sharp, and yeah, I mean, it's really, really well made. I can't think of anything else I've really heard that sounds like this that has done it so well so far. I'm really interested in what I'll think of the singles, listening to them again, because they didn't really grow on me. I tried my best to let it grow on me, but they just couldn't reach that point of like, wow, I really want to return to this. Everything else so far has been able to do that successfully. Like, I want to return to everything here. So, I don't know. Maybe the singles were surprisingly the weakest songs of the album. Let's find out. Soon enough, anyway. But yeah, that was just a gorgeous song. Again, I just can't find the words to criticize anything at the moment. Like I said, it's not like incredible, but what it's doing is really unique, and like I said, there's so much soul and love put into this album so far, and it's making me really happy. It's uplifting. Let's keep going. Mary. It's much more leaning into the country kind of sound on this album than previously. Which I don't really mind. They're doing it well.
Ring at 6, the day begins. She stumbles down the stairway. Porridge on, I won't be long to Dad sat in his chair. Shoves it down, let's take the town and make this week a wonder. Better than the one before, but she knows it won't be so.
Much more stripped back.
A train approaches. Will they notice?
Love the harmonizing.
Should she miss this one and start the week alone? the jester, pushed around, ignored, let down, their laughs are at not with. So she bites back, but she falls flat. They say they're only teasing. Made the fool, that's life at school. What a way to treat your friend. She screams in the shower, lost all of her power. Keep face, she'll leave no trace, not even in her
That's really lovely. Wow, okay. So we've stripped it down a bit. We've removed a lot of the percussion, and mostly let it go to the vocals, the layered harmonizing vocals. And it sounded gorgeous. Yeah, much more calmer, much more straightforward song, sonically. You know, not really my kind of thing, but I get why they done it. And it sounded gorgeous, like I said, especially towards the end when they brought in, I don't think it's a flute, another kind of blow instrument. I'm not too good with my instruments on that kind of spectrum, but yeah, it sounded gorgeous. I'm not gonna be adding this one to any playlists because I don't think it's the kind of thing I'd return to very often. But with the album, I did really enjoy it. It sounded really lovely, and like I said, the vocals were gorgeous. So especially that was definitely a highlight. But yeah, not one I'm gonna excited to return to. But you know, I welcome the slower pace of that one, and the stripped back atmosphere. So yeah, that was nice. Let's go on to the second single, Happy Birthday. Let's see if this one grows on me or not.
Cheer up, child, the world don't owe you a thing. Who bought you that ring? Cheer up, child, the ghouls and the snipers don't care. There's nobody there.
I did actually like this song, I just didn't add it to my playlist.
One of these days you might notice the patch.
Oh shit. Misclick. Oops. Good thing I've heard this one already.
The patch on my head.
I was just going to see if I liked it.
And see the man that she married for money can't breathe. He's almost dead. tearing apart, though you broke its heart. Many people would give an arm and a limb to live where you live. It's not your fault, we don't blame you. We blame the world you were born into. Happy day of birth, no matter where on earth your feet have taken you today. Did you hear me say that I love something about you, but I don't know what it is? Something that I must find, for you have truly built your fort. Do you see the
Really excited to hear the vocals live,
from your top
because that's easily one of the highlights of this album so far. Keep it going. Keep it going. She holds that note. She does. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna keep it a buck. It's not grown on me in the context of the album. I'm not too sure what it's lacking for me. I just don't think it really does a whole lot that really excites me. I really like the chorus, the build-up, when she holds that note for so long, and it builds with the harmonizing and all that kind of thing. But otherwise, I'm just not super engaged with the sound, I suppose. But yeah, that being said, I mean, everything I've said before is still present. You can still hear the passion. It still sounds fantastical in the ears, and that one's not as much of an uplifting song. The last two tracks have been a bit like, I don't know how to say it. It's not as cheerful sounding. So it's kind of transitioned into a little bit more somber, or at least in the undertones, it feels a bit more depressing. But that might just be me. And for what I remember, this song kind of brings back that energy, the cheerful energy. So let's keep going for the cold country, for the cold country. I haven't got lyrics yet.
Watch the guiding swans them fall into the fire. promise to stay. Wipe your weeping eyes. Lanterns light the light of the life I thought I'd lived, in the place I thought I'd been. I defend and accuse, and it's me that brings down the heavy hour. The gavel begins to behave on its own. Then my arm turns to wet roots wrap round my wrist, kite strings by my I am proud to know. Can I make a cup of coffee? Can I sit down
Definitely
next to
different
you?
vocalist.
I might not speak for a while, but just to be here with you, I might not be the best writer or fighter, but I think I'd like to be a little lighter. I could try to go away. I can help me in indulgent memories, make cavalries rest their heads, make their heads out in the trees, on the trees that I lost is still with me, that I lost it. It'll become that beacon which beckons me beyond that cave. I caved out, take my shield and blade off of me. Got the silver down. I'll make you a crown. Then the wind stops, the clock ticks, and my stiffened heart grows tighter. I searched from the moon and down towards the fish, and the tide and the moon had their own alliance. I stood with my ghost. We tried to hold the kite, my wooden hand, my wooden heart. Now all the fights are fought and moments gone, but still they must be here, they must. But are you there? Can you see me? Are you
Kind of sounded like the second song vocals. Okay. What I will say is that the final third of that track is fantastic, phenomenal. It is absolutely spectacular. But I just don't know if the build-up is particularly worth the wait. Because it kind of drags. It does drag just a little bit getting to that final third. Not that it's bad by any means at all. I mean, the vocals are still really impressive. And it's quite a fun track up until that point, just in the kind of way that it progresses. But that being said, yeah, for me personally, it just takes too long to really get itself going. And I mean, it sounds like I'm only here for the bigger moments, the more exciting, adventurous moments. But I'm really not. They're just quite simply the aspects of this band that I enjoy the most. So naturally, they're going to be the parts that I'm most drawn to and excited by. And the rest of it is kind of like, it can be really good, but it can also just be like, whatever. Which is, you know, I hate to say it, I really do. But still, there is so much to this album that is fantastic that I cannot brush past. Yeah, the composition, again, the writing on this album, instrumentally, is just really, really well done. There's no doubt about it. Let's keep going. Nancy Tries to Take the Night. 6.5 minutes. The longest song on the album. This is really pretty so far. Is this going to be purely instrumental? Like, what was it, Adam's song? So we are doing an instrumental song, but it's a long one.
There's a time and a place, and the place it is now. Take the smile off your face while you're dressed like a cow and you're frolicking round. Your legs are in the air, there's a smile on your face, but it's covered in hair. Do you want it? Do you want it? You run through the streets like the whore that you are, and you hope pretty soon you'll be struck by the car. But the light of the day tries to keep you afloat while there's pain in your stomach and there's pain in your throat. Do you want it? Do you want it? farther would you take me? And on, for I have nothing no more, baby. No, she's gone and on.
Can't even tell what is happening. How many layers of instruments am I hearing? Oh, whoa. Crazy drum kit. That's it.
I tried to take the word and what you said. I tried to take the word, but the word was dead. I did not want it. And in the light of day, it all seemed well. Though was it just a dream? She could not tell. But how she wanted. The place it does now take the smile off your face while you're just like a cow with your frolicking round legs in the air. Smile on your face, but it's covered in air. Do you want it? Oh no, and do you want it now? Oh, just imagine a life. There's a baby and a wife with the times of the night when compared to the night, but the man is not that, so you sit in despair. Curse at the sky with the cry, it's not fair. Do you want it? No. Tell me, do you want it? Now you kissed the rush of the autumn eve, led to a fate no one believed. Taken to the table where she wrote, she held herself a vote. Though between her good and bad, with all she'd seen and all she had. Nancy tried to take the night, but now she's gone, removed from sight. And now your mother, would you take me? And on, for I have nothing no more, baby. No, she's gone. And on, if I could take it back now, would I take it back now? If he could take it back now, would he take it back now? Nancy took the night time, she's gone. Unknown.
Nancy tries to take the night. That one was a bit of an odd one for me because I don't really know. Hard to put my words into perspective here, but I feel like for a while it once again struggled to really draw me in to what it was trying to do. But eventually it did win me over about halfway through the song. And, you know, it clicked a bit. I was able to connect to the song a lot easier. I'm not too sure where that transition happened. And I'm not too sure why. But I don't know. I'm gonna like the song for sure because it really was a very powerful song. I'm trying to connect the dots on whether this album is progressing as a story with its lyrics, because it is still very much centered on relationships. I'm not sure if at the start of the album it's positive and now it's digressing. into something that is very much negative. Obviously, it starts with besties, which, you know, is a healthy relationship by the sounds of it. And then the last track here says goodbye. So if that's truly what's happening, then, yeah. It's pretty deep, I suppose. But again, I will need to come back to the lyrics here. And I do appreciate that it probably would be a more fulfilling experience if I was aware of what's happening with the context of the lyrics. But hey ho, you can yell at me for that, that's fine. Anyway, that was another very sweet song. I'm kind of struggling to really give any new words on thoughts on this album, what it's doing. At this point, I've probably said just about everything I could say. I'm just repeating myself, and I don't want to repeat myself because that's wasting everyone's time. So let's just keep going. Forever Howlong, the title track. Let's do it. Penultimate song.
Uncertain the day my head pops out. It's another cold grey morning. Overstew the water, it mostly turns to air. Out for a walk, I imagine 3 times slipping on the wet leaves, and the blood rushing out from the cracks in my head, then merge with the red and amber munch. The hesitating silence, between the man and the
It's very raw in the sense that, you know, they leave in these mouth noises. You can hear the swallowing, you can hear the breathing very softly at times.
Up the shit, I make eye contact with the dark. We both look away. I am back home now. I move my fingers on the piano keys.
Was that a banjo I heard? So much, so many layers.
Whether she's sobbing in the little again. I shall boil some beans. I should get my vitamin B. The last video I watched told me the pH of my gut microbiome was certainly causing my blues. So I fill myself up with fiber as dusk begins to set. The old man across the street, the clinical glow from your window. Why don't you get up and run? It looks like a tiny UFO is trying to land in there. I light the candle. It's time to curtain the night. It is only 5:00.
Oh, that was the most stripped back song, of course, but oh my goodness, that was pretty. This is an example of bringing it back and keeping it simple, and focusing heavily on just a couple of elements, so like the vocals and the whatever it is, the flute. Maybe they have so many instruments. They have everything. It could be literally anything. But by just focusing on these very these few aspects, and really delving into the writing and composure of those specific elements, that is how you do it right. That felt so emotionally driven, soulful. One thing I will point out that we've come to expect from this band, that the lyrics are often like very intimate and even uncomfortably specific, which is oftentimes fairly humorous and other times just like, oh wow, okay. That's something that I notice occasionally that really stands out to me, is the lyricism is not afraid to really poke at your comfort zone. Maybe it's just me. Maybe to most people that is like, the lyrics are perfectly, normal. But yeah, I do want to point that out. I am getting pretty tired. I hope that's not coming across too much. But we need to finish this up before I fall asleep. Not because it's boring. Goodbye, Don't Tell Me. The final track of Forever Howling. Let's do it.
I tap as I talk. I text while I walk.
Hopefully it's a loud song. Wake me up.
I tell you I'm here, and I wait by the door up the stairs, and I'm there. How was your day? Are you in pain still? I sit on the side of the couch in the cold, in the empty apartment you recently sold. Is that why I'm here? I've fallen in love with the feeling. I fell down a hole at a speed at which I do not know.
So good. really impactful. Closing the album with an absolute stunner of a song. That was beautiful, really punchy and impactful. Bringing back that energy a lot. It sounded like acceptance. It sounded like almost like a victory lap for this character. He's finally ready to move on. I might be reading into this too much or completely wrong, but that's what I'm interpreting it as. Again, not much I can say that I haven't already said. The building there was really nice. The vocals, the vocals, the delivery there was just so beautiful. So beautiful. The vocals on this album have just been absolutely phenomenal. Isaac, I'm sorry, man. Your replacement is fantastic, okay? It's not as, how do I put this in a nice way? It's not as unique of vocal style and deliveries. It's not like Isaac had a very unique way of singing that made for some really, really interesting sound. But this song and this album is just gorgeous all the way through. That's really the best way I can describe this album, is it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm taking the mick a bit, but yeah, no. What an album that was. It did live up to my expectations, because I gotta say, I was a little bit worried after 2 of the 3 singles I wasn't particularly fond of. After the last 2 albums, I gave them both at least a 9 out of 10. So that is really high for me. The expectations here were really, really high. But I think they put up a really good fight. Transitioning to a fairly newer sound with a new vocalist. I bet it was pretty daunting to do that. Obviously, they released a live album already that was pretty well received. So that probably gave them a boost of confidence. And it did. It sounded really confident throughout this whole album. I'm really impressed with how they managed it. Because it really came together to be a consistent and really strong album. I didn't really talk about that last song much, because truthfully I don't have much to say. I would much rather just go into the whole album, because that's where I think I can discuss things a bit more. Consistent. That was very consistent. I've already praised the vocals enough. Instrumentally, the drums, I had no concerns or issues with the drums, because when they came in and they really needed to deliver, they absolutely did. Some songs the drums absolutely made certain sections work as well as they did. Other times they were just like a subtle, really pleasing groove to have in the background, as you'd hope from drums. The strings and the brass, as always, are gorgeous. I'm a sucker for strings and that kind of sound already, so this is right up my alley. And this whole band is so talented. Each member is really, really good with their instrument, or instruments, plural, because some of them do play multiple, and they absolutely kick ass at it. I really don't have many complaints on the actual like performances here. I think for me, what took it down was the writing. Specifically, you know, I can't be specific. It's mostly just my personal taste on some songs not really connecting with me, such as Mary and Happy Birthday. Well, Mary did connect with me a lot, but it's just not one that I can return to. The more I think about it, it really was these two singles that didn't really hit the mark. Everything else was either, worth listening to for sure, or just absolutely spectacular, especially this first half. First half of this album is probably 10 out of 10. Like, I have no notes for the first 5 songs. They are all really, really, really good. And these last few tracks as well, not as high quality, I will say. But again, I will absolutely return to most of these songs. And it really did make for a very rewarding experience for an album. So conclusive thoughts. Incredibly passionate, incredibly beautiful. It sounded very personal. It sounded like they really, really wanted this to work and succeed. And, I'm happy to say that they did. We'll get into how well they succeeded in a bit. But yes, they absolutely succeeded. They definitely kept the momentum going from the last couple of albums, which is great. What else do I need to talk about? Sonically, it sounds great. The mixing, production, all of that jazz was really, really well done. So, the more I think, the more I'm like, do I really have that much to stick at this album? Because, I don't know, man. It was just a really pleasant listen. Again, it was nothing sensational. It doesn't have a song like Basketball Shoes, which for me personally is probably in my top 50 songs of all time. And I've listened to a lot of songs. It's very much up there. Nothing come close to that level, but certainly really high quality all the way through. What would I rate this album? For context, I gave their debut a 9 out of 10 flat. I gave Ants From Up There a 9.2 out of 10, so a little bit higher. This one, I'm going to give it an 8.7. So a little bit lower than the last 2 albums. But when you consider all of the factors, the way that they've kind of moved on to this new sound, they've had the challenge of having a new vocalist and everything of that sort. Maybe this could still grow on me because, I like majority of the songs. In fact, let's be realistic. This is an 8.9, so very, very much the same standard as the rest of their albums, which are fantastic. This band continues to be an incredibly, just incredible band in the scene that are making waves, and I'm so glad they're seeing the success that they're seeing because they absolutely deserve it. They are just so consistent in what they do. They make it look easy. There's just a big group of people and so much talent present among them, and you get what you get from that, which is just back to back to back amazing songs and records. And it looks like that's what we're going to see for the foreseeable future from this band. And yeah, so I think that's probably about all I can really say for this album. Forever Howlong, an 8.9 out of 10. So yeah, one of the best albums of the year so far. I'd put it in third behind Lady Gaga's album and Dove's album, which I didn't react to on camera, but was fantastic. You should definitely check that out. But yeah, I think I'm going to end it here. It's late enough. I've waffled on for long enough. I won't waste any more of your time. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this album as much as I did, if not more. I hope to see you again soon for whatever I listen to next. I'm not too sure what that's going to be. But yeah, I hope you stick around. I hope you enjoyed my reaction. I hope I gave some insightful or, good commentary. Good enough to be entertaining. So yeah, I hope to see you again soon. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.